Super Troopers 2 for me is the long-awaited sequel to the original that I absolutely adored. I loved the Broken Lizard comedy troupe, the series of actors that appeared in several of their movies, and I was really looking forward to seeing the guys getting back on the big screen. Super Troopers I loved, then they followed that up with Club Dread, which was terrific, and then Beer Fest, and then they followed up with the Slam and Salmon. These are all really good movies that I really do enjoy. They seem to be rewatchable comedy movies, ones you can go back to that seem to be imbued with a various sense of characters, situational comedy, and people obviously know what the heck they're doing when they make these movies. Unfortunately, it's been the longest while since we last had a movie from them, so to go back to their original movie ideas of Super Troopers was something that I was looking forward to. I have a great affection for that movie. I love the characters, the crazy humour, and just the basic shenanigans that they had amongst themselves. But it's a movie that you either love or hate. Very rarely will you find people that land in the middle ground. If you liked the original, you're probably going to really enjoy the sequel. If you didn't like the original, stay well clear because this is not for you. Usually in the comedy stakes, when you have a sequel to a movie, they can go in one or two ways. They can break the mold and try something weird and wacky like The Hangover 3, which may not work, or they can do a carbon copy of the first movie, which they did with The Hangover 2, which just is pretty much just a new skin on an old product. It's a little bit of a mix and match of those concepts. They definitely do follow certain plot beats of the original, but it's not in a trite conventional way. They do shape up the plot and the characters enough that it makes it fresh in certain ways. I loved the way that it was layered up, the fact that it had these characters retreading familiar ground and referencing the fact that they were retreading that familiar ground felt interesting. A nice little twist on that kind of trope. You had all the characters back, even the one you don't like Farver, but he's always there because he's a whipping boy for this group of guys. And the jokes come thick and fast, and they land. Majority of the time they land, and even though I was a little bit wary getting into this movie, because when you have a prized project or something that you kind of enjoy and they do a sequel for it, you're always a little worried that it's going to fall flat. It's not going to live up to the hype in your mind or your idea of the original. Succeeded what I was expecting. It gave me the characters I know and love, and it felt like I was just falling into a movie that came out only a year or two after the original. It had enough weird and wacky scenes in it to make it just a little bit odd watching it. It had the characters doing, say, familiar slants on things that they did in the first movie, but it never felt as if they were just retreading that old ground. We got all the actors back. We got little bit scenes of some of the other actors who never had bigger parts in this movie. We got a story that was genuinely funny, that had several laugh out loud moments for me. I had a great time in the theatre watching this, and it seemed like most of the people round about me had a great time as well. Like I said, if you like the original, you're probably going to really like this, and I dug the hell out of this movie. I think the key element to this is the five guys, the five people that make up Broken Lizard. You can tell that they obviously spend a lot of time together. They know each other's strengths and comedies, and they have certain routines worked out. And when they're on screen, it feels like partnerships. It feels like they've got a good history there. And it's one that comes across on the screen as something that's really fun, really energetic, something that is going to make me go back to this movie again and again, like I did with the original Super Troopers. The only problems I have with these kind of movies where it's all reliant on jokes and situational comedy is they have to have a plot. It's unfortunate, but it's one of those necessary evils. The plot there is okay. It's nothing spectacular, but it allows for certain laughs through certain situations that I'm not going to spoil for you just now. But it is one of those things that when it appears, you're like, God, do we have to go through this beat? Yes, we do, but they make it funny. They make it entertaining while they're doing that. I was really surprised by Super Troopers 2. I found a movie that I really enjoyed almost from the get-go. It won me over with its craziness, its wackiness, seeing these guys back on screen, and I hope that this is a success for them and we get to get more of these movies. Not necessarily the Super Troopers, but to see the Broken Lizard group actually expand and do more movies yet again, because their comedies, like I said, are rewatchable, enjoyable, and this is exactly the same. For me, Super Troopers as an experience in the cinema was a 4 out of 5. Everybody was laughing, everybody was having a good time, and the movie was pretty terrific. I'd love to know your thoughts on this movie, or if you've seen the original and your thoughts on that, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.